Welcome back, everyone, to Word Wondering as we continue on our journey throughout the Holy Bible in Genesis chapter 32. Now, please, if you can, go ahead, sit back, relax, and let us continue.
Genesis chapter 32. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said,
"This is God's host."
and he called the name of that place Mahanaim.
Now, wait, we're gonna be hearing a lot throughout the journey of the Holy Bible about God of hosts. We get a glimpse of what the God of hosts looks like in Genesis chapter 32, verse 2, right? When Jacob saw them, who did he see? He seen the angels, right? The angels of God. And he said, this is God host. So we have the angels of God, which is God's host, right? The God of host is his name when we continue through.
And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying,
"Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban and stayed there until now. And I have oxen and asses, flocks, and men servants and women servants. And I have sent to tell my lord that I may find grace in thy sight."
Now we have Jacob, right? Jacob done some terrible things to his brother Esau, which is the reason why he is sending all of his servants to Esau, because he has taken away Esau's birthright. Not only did he take away Esau's birthright, but he also took away the blessings from Isaac, which belonged to Esau. But let's not forget, Jacob deceived his father and received this blessing instead. So we got Jacob that's very, he's asking, he want grace from his brother Esau, because after he had done these things to Esau, Esau was determined to kill his brother Jacob.
And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying,
We came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him.
Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and herds and the camels, into 2 bands, and said,
"If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape."
And Jacob said,
"O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, the Lord which saidst unto me, Return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee."
Now, wait a minute. This is an example that I see in Genesis chapter 32, right? We got Jacob that's very afraid. Esau is coming with 400 of his men. Because of this deception and what Jacob done to his brother Esau, maybe he had thought that Esau, his brother, and these men are coming towards him to kill him. And because of that, he's very afraid. But what I've noticed here, because of this afraid, because he was so terribly afraid and distressed, according to the word of God, but not only remembered what God has said, but recited the same thing God has told him to help him with this fear. This is what I'm saying. You guys let me know. Leave your comments, leave your opinions, and leave what you have interpreted in the Bible in the comments below. It's well appreciated. Yeah, but this is what I'm noticing. Even though he was afraid of his brother Esau and these 400 men that's coming, he recited, not only recited, but prayed unto the Lord and said, Lord, this is what you said. So now, because of this fear in which he has, regardless of this fear in which he has, he remembered the word of God and what God has said.
"I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast showed unto thy servant. For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become two bands. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. And thou saidst, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude.
Again, we have Esau remembering what the Lord has said because of this fear. God said, God, you said this. This is what you said. So I do not worry. I will not worry no longer because of the fear that I have, but I will depend. I'm not going to rely on the fear that I have. I'm not going to subdue myself and come under the fear that I have, but I'm going to depend on what you said, Lord, right? And that's what we can do today. I see this as an example, as something that we should abide by, right? When fears come upon our lives, we remember what the Lord our God has spoken, right?
And he lodged there that same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother, 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milch camels with their colts, 40 kine and 10 bulls, 20 she-asses and 10 foals. And he delivered them into the hand of his servants, every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants,
Pass over before me, and put a space betwixt drove and drove.
And he commanded the foremost, saying,
When Esau my brother meeteth thee, and asketh thee, saying, Whose art thou? And whither goest thou? And whose are these before thee? Then thou shalt say, They be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my lord Esau. And behold, also he is behind us.
And so commanded he the second and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying,
On this manner shall ye speak unto Esau when ye find him. And say ye moreover, Behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us.
For he said,
I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterward I will see his face. Peradventure he will accept of me.
So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. And he rose up that night, and took his 2 wives, and his 2 women servants, and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them, and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, as he wrestled with him. And he said,
Let me go, for the day breaketh.
And he said,
I will not let thee go, except thou bless me.
And he said unto him,
What is thy name?
And he said,
Jacob.
And he said,
Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed.
Okay, everybody. We have Jacob wrestling with a man according to the word of God. Again, I don't like putting in things or taking away things, but according to the word of God, we have Jacob wrestling with a man, right? That's what it says in the Bible. And this man gave Jacob a new name. And because of this reason that he gave him a new name, he said, as a prince hast thou power with God. You're a prince, Jacob. You have power with God, right? And with man. And has prevailed, right? So what I'm confused about is when I hear people say and speak about this man, they say this man was God, right? A lot of people say this man is God, but it doesn't it doesn't say that this man was God, right? Even they say that this is also an angel. This could be an angel of God, right? And this is how we can get misinterpreted throughout the scriptures when we put our own thoughts and our own uh, interpretations according to the word. It said Jacob wrestled with a man. We don't know who this man is. So what we doing is we assuming that what this man is was God, and we're assuming that this man could be an angel of God, right? And we got to be very careful when we do that, because when we do that, we're making, we're inserting things which the Lord has already told us do not add to nor take away from, right? So let us just continue and find out who this man is if the Bible will reveal this to us, right?
And Jacob asked him and said,
Tell me, I pray thee, thy name.
and he said,
Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name?
and he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel.
For I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved.
And as he passed over Penuel, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank.
Okay, everybody, that was Genesis chapter 32. Again, we in Genesis chapter 32 verse 24, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Right? That's what it tells us in Genesis chapter 20, chapter 20 31. Or could this be a hint that this was Jesus Christ? So in Genesis chapter 32, verse 24, it said, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day, right? Which is the dawn of day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against Jacob, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, and he wrestled him. Let me know in the comments below, who do you think that this man was that Jacob was wrestling with? Leave your comments in the comments below, and remember not to add to nor take away from the word. And if you can, also give proof that I may know. I'm also reading this Bible, and I'm trying to get clarity and understanding. With that being said, remember, try to treat others in the way that you would like to be treated. Peace.